going to show you how I made my patchwork jeans. You can use a cotton woven or you can use knit fabrics. I'm using a double brushed poly, and on the back of it I applied SF101 by Pellon. I cut a piece of cardboard thin enough to slide into the jeans between the two layers so I'm not pinning on the back side of the jeans. Now I'm going to slide my fabric in and I'm going to adjust the fabric to where I want the pattern to be sticking out. Now I have some pins and I'm going to just pin everything in place. The first stitch that I'm going to do is just a basting stitch. Each stitch is about 1/2 inch apart, just enough to keep the fabric from underneath the patch from moving around. With the basting stitch, you just want to take your time and you're going to go all the way around. I went anywhere from about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch from where the hole is. I tied the two threads together and then I used a needle and pushed all of the tail end of the threads to the back. Remove the cardboard. I just put my hand in the jeans and then sewed around it really close, about 1/8 inch to where the hole is, where everything is fraying. I would highly recommend to use thimbles or something else because you will get poked a lot. Sometimes the fraying will get really fuzzy and everything will get stuck in your stitches and the thread. So what I do is I just take a little bit of water, use my fingers, and you just want to brush the fray up and away, and then you can get up really close underneath the fray. This is the part you can also get very creative. You can use different colored threads, you can use embroidery floss, you can peel apart the embroidery floss. I'm not exactly sure what this stitch is called. I do remember this is a stitch that I always used when I first started sewing. It might be an embroidery stitch, but basically you put the needle in and you wrap the thread around the needle so it loops itself. You can also go on the internet and find different types of sewing or embroidery stitches. This is your creation. Do whatever you want. Now that I'm all done, I turn the jeans inside out. I got my tails tied off. You can leave the basting stitch in if you want to. You can sew over the basting stitch. It doesn't matter. What I did is I cut the basting stitch and then I'm going to go in and cut about 1/4 inch away from my stitching. I repeated this process 2 more times and here is the final look.